bolsa.
My calves are insanely shaky right now.
You just did it. Okay, side chest.
Wow.
The lights out side chest.
Wow.
Your favorite.
That's okay. You can flex. Yeah, big man.
Shaky.
So we just Matt took us through a really good, delta and cast workout. Big Matt. So talk to me a little bit about, and we just saw you pose right now, 2 weeks after the show, still in great condition. You could compete tomorrow. Drop the water. So talk to me about this past season. What was it like to compete after 4 years layoff, and then what's next for you, man?
I'll tell you, the training is always intense. That's my favorite part of it. I love training. Heavy, high volume, insane. Love supersets, drop sets, force reps. That doesn't change. The diet's what changes mainly, and of course the cardio. Training, I train the same year round, except for of course the week of the show, stuff like that. So that really wasn't a big change. The diet was awesome. Merlin really brought in a lot of new stuff for me that I never really used in the past. In the past I was always really low fats, high protein, moderate carbs, slowly cutting the carbs as I go, blah, blah, blah. This time we did higher fats, lower protein. I mean, by low protein, it's still high protein, but lower than,
Normal.
I'm not eating a pound of chicken at every meal anymore, which is awesome because I don't feel like I'm pregnant all day long.
Hold on a second. I want to stop you there because you're someone who's you've won shows before. You won the Excalibur a few years ago. You've been competing for a while, and you've actually worked with some good people. Give me some of the names you've worked with. I know you've worked with Tom Prince.
I've worked with Tom Prince. Tom Prince is still to this day one of my best friends. I was on the phone with him for about an hour last night.
He came to your show.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Came to support me. I love the guy. Absolutely love him. Respect him inside and out. He's a freak of nature too.
I know.
I give my hamstrings credit to him.
But that's where you got him.
It is. And even a lot of the intensity that I have in my training, a lot of the force reps, all that stuff like that. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah. I trained with Chris Aceto.
Wow.
Trained with Chris Aceto for 2.5 years.
Wow.
Did bulking seasons and cutting with him. Did quite a few shows with him. He was amazing. Love Chris. Still love Chris.
He's some of the top guys in the game, dude.
He is. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Phil Hernan, trained with him for actually my third show. I was with Phil Hernan.
Wow.
So yeah, I trained with quite a few people, and now, of course, I'm with Big Bad Merlin, and I love the way I feel on his programs. Great programs, and
what do you think? What would you say is the biggest change for you, aside from you just mentioned that you are a little bit less protein also, but why? It seemed to me like you were so full of energy and so happy the whole entire prep. You never looked tired, except maybe a little bit towards the end. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest difference between then and now?
Man, there was actually quite a few differences.
Yeah?
Yeah. One was just environmental. This is the first time I've cut for shows living in LA and being able to train at the Mecca. And, that is huge. I mean, just the energy involved in training here and being here around who's here.
Yeah.
With top level pros. It's crazy. That's huge. Being in the environment of bodybuilding, it changes a lot. Not to say there wasn't a lot of bodybuilding where I came from or where I've trained before, but it's just more intense here.
Full of inspiration here.
Full of inspiration. Plus just the history. Even if this gym was completely empty, the history that's here is crazy. So that's huge right there. Being with Merlin as well, and being part of it's not like it's not so much a team, but having the support of you, having the support of Merlin has really helped a lot. I always have my home support. That's not going anywhere, but it's always just been that, which is huge, but it helps so much to have a team as well. And, you know, when I was training with Tom, I got very similar support as I do with Merlin, in the fact that they believed heavily in me. I love Aceto. Will never bash Aceto. Have nothing.
Yeah, Chris is a good guy, great guy.
I have nothing but good things to say about Aceto. However, he is with a lot of the top level pros who are on a whole nother level than I am, that I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
And when you have a lot of guys like that, that's where a lot of your time goes.
Of course.
So a lot of the time you feel, or you wonder, does this guy actually believe I have what it takes? And if he doesn't, is he giving me the time of day that I need to get to that level? I don't question that with Merlin. Merlin, I know, believes in me. I know he has my best interest. He takes the time, he takes the interest, he takes the effort, he does everything that's needed to help me get to where I want to go.
Yeah.
And I love that. I absolutely love that's the biggest thing I love about Merlin. Above and beyond his amazing programs.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome beyond.
You know what Merlin is? Merlin is Chris Aceto when he was taking care of Jay back in the day. Because
Exactly.
Jay was the only one.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
So you're like his Jay.
Perfect. I'll take that. I'll take
Jay, if you listen to that, that's a compliment.
that. Jay's a freak. I love that guy. Always been a fan of Jay.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the big differences there. Small differences in it, of course, you know, are just more mind-muscle connection than I had last year from continuously training hard.
Yeah.
Every year you develop, every year you get better, every year your mind connects better to the muscle fibers, the neurotransmitters, the firing rates, all that gets stronger. Every time you contract, every time you get a skin-busting pump, it makes it that much better. Your muscles develop that much better. So just being this much further along in training every single day has also helped me a lot as well.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Tell me what's
love
next,
it.
Big Man.
Next is the USA.
6
Next
months.
USA.
No, 7 months.
Yeah, we got 31 weeks.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah, so 8 months
31
because it's the
weeks.
end of July. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
right.
start a program at 16 weeks out.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's coming right up, You know, we got 15 weeks of trying to put on a little bit of size,
Yep.
trying to bring up make my less strong points, try to make them equally as strong as my strong points. Try
More
to-
balance.
Exactly.
More balance, yeah.
More width mainly. I
Yeah.
want a lot more width and a tighter waist. I need my waist to be, you know, if I can bring it down an inch or two, that'd be phenomenal. And of course, they'll bring in the best package I've ever had at the USA. My glutes, my calves have to be striated, and those are my two trouble areas for getting striations in. Get them hard, rock hard and lean and veiny, but striations of
But you're lean already, so I mean, you don't plan on getting like too far off from what you are now.
no,
I mean, this is
absolutely
like
not.
so.
Absolutely not. I mean, that 16-week cut should be pretty fun.
I know,
You know,
right?
I'm actually really looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to putting on some good size too.
Yeah.
Shoulders, lats, quads, width.
We're gonna shoot again, Matt. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait
It's
to
gonna be fun.
It'll be nice to have this video
Yeah.
now and then just kind of follow up until
Comparisons. I'm glad you're only filming up from here too. You know? I mean, it's been 2 weeks since
because
the
he's
show.
naked underneath.
Hey, right, that's true. It has been 2 weeks since the show. You know, I've been pretty busy. Danielle's been really busy, you know, so she hasn't had the time to cut my hair because it's her busy season. You know, she's a hairdresser, so wearing my hat to cover up my fro. And then, you know, below, you know, I look like a hippie on the beach. Don't want the bush coming out of the posing trunk, something like that, you know. So, you know, next time we're on film, we'll be a little cleaner.
All right, thanks, big man.
Thanks, brother.